YouTube. You already know who it is. It's your boy. I'm back. I got another reaction for y'all. This time I got some Marvel news. I guess reportedly they've been having a secret. They had a secret screening of Avengers Doomsday, and some reports came out. I guess about how the test screenings went and everything like that. And as y'all know, we've been waiting on Marvel to get that crown back. It's been a minute since it's since Marvel has been at its peak, and it looked like it's happening right now. I mean, from these reports that they saying, and it's all over the timelines and everything that Avengers Doomsday, secret test screening. The word is it's on word on the street is it's Infinity War level, and if y'all know about Infinity War, that's peak Marvel. Yeah. And we're gonna get into Cosmic Wonder. We're gonna see what he's talking about and see what his word on the street is. What's going on with this? Because I always go to him because this dude stays on top of Marvel stuff. So I always go to him and appreciate what he does. And y'all make sure y'all go show his channel love, show my channel love. Also, don't forget to subscribe to your boy. But let's go ahead and get into this video, see what they're talking about with the test screening for Avengers Doomsday. I'm ready for this movie in December. I'm ready. That's all I can say. But let's go ahead and get into it. Check this out.
Doomsday just had a test screening, and it sounds like this might actually be Marvel's best movie ever. Quite possibly the best of all time, unless Secret Wars manages to outdo that. But people are now comparing this movie already months in advance. I mean, it comes out in December, so far in advance, people are already comparing it to Avengers Infinity War.
And that is a bold statement. That is a bold statement that they comparing it to, because that, like I said before, that is top tier MCU right there. And if Doom is coming with the same energy, we're in for a classic. We are, and that's all I can say. I mean, that's championship level Marvel right there, and that's all I'm ready for. I'm ready to get Marvel to get that crown back and get back to what they used to be. And that's all I want from them. That's it.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. Appreciate you being here today, Cosmic Crew. This is really insanely good news because to me, and I'm really hesitant to say this, but I do think Infinity War was just a tiny bit better than Avengers Endgame. So the fact that people are comparing it to Infinity War is really great. And of course, we're going to break down the reports in this video, but also talk about the future and talk about the fandom, because it seems like some people who are on the fence about the current state of Marvel are kind of picking a side to go over to now. And that's really good. So let's dive into what we have officially been hearing. Many insiders have been reporting about this. Marvel Studios just recently held a private test screening of the pre-shoots version of Avengers Doomsday. So they're about to go into reshoots. So we've heard that there are some characters that are supposed to be in the film that haven't been mentioned yet that are going to be added to the film with the reshoots. So I actually think that's a good thing that this version is being praised and it's not even like the final version. For example, we have heard nothing about Halle Berry or Famke Janssen.
Yeah, that's good that it's getting praised. I mean, this is pre-shoot. This is before all the reshoots and everything, and it's getting praised as being Infinity level war, which is pretty good. And I'm pretty sure after the reshoots fixes everything, and we get the actual stuff that we're gonna see in the movie, and probably like special cuts and stuff like that when it comes out on Blu-ray and DVD and stuff like that. Um, Product's gonna be damn good. I can tell you that. If they're doing it this way, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm excited, and I'm ready, ready. I'm sorry. That's all I can say. Real.
Being in this film, the reshoots could add them, which I think, of course, would make it better. Of course, if Marvel did it right, but it seems like they're on the right track so far. So this is pre-reshoots, which I think is a really good sign. So again, Marvel Studios held a private test screening of the pre-reshoots version for Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios, and select staff. And they were very pleased with it. Some even called it the best Marvel movie yet. Okay, so then we go to Robert Meyer, and he said this: "Since I came across what I know of Avengers Doomsday, perhaps by reading certain extremely oversized document, I've been deliriously excited to see the film, which I know will slay. So my anticipation of any kind of CinemaCon presentation is way off the charts. Just a little context here, Robert and John Campea have both said that on their own, they've both received from sources basically a ton of information about what is going to happen in Avengers Doomsday. Then Campea and Robert came together and they told each other, and both of what they have heard separately matched what they heard. So they clearly have some pretty accurate information about the movie, and both of them are, as they say, extremely stoked for this. As Robert says, deliriously excited. When
I'm
somebody asked
excited too.
about
I
the
can't even
internal
lie.
test screening, as far as what Robert has heard, he said, I've heard it went Infinity War well. So people at Marvel are apparently calling it the best Marvel movie ever made, and some people are even saying that it's as good as Infinity War, which I think is the bar, right? Both Infinity War
Yep,
and
it is the
Endgame I
bar.
think is the bar. And I think it's just overall
Ooh,
comparing it to
excuse
that
me.
and saying it's just as good or maybe even better, that's an incredibly good sign for Avengers Doomsday. And I do want to point out that we have heard leaks for this movie, obviously. We've heard what I feel like sounds like quite a bit of information, but in reality, we probably know 10 minutes of what's going to happen in this, hopefully at least 3 hour long.
Yeah, I'm not even sure about what's gonna happen in it. I kind of want to go into it blind. I know, but I know a lot of stuff is gonna come out on the internet once it gets closer and closer to that time when the movie comes out, and other countries get a chance to see it before us and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff is gonna come out, but I'm gonna try my best to go into it blind because I really don't want to know any special scenes or anything before the movie comes. I want to be surprised. I want to go in this movie and be excited, like I really do. And I don't know if I'm gonna go. I know I'm gonna wear Avengers shirt, but I don't know if I'm gonna go with my Infinity Gauntlet on or I'm supposed to get a Doctor Doom mask. So I don't know if I'm gonna go with either one. I don't know which one. Maybe the Doctor Doom mask. This is Doomsday, so then maybe Secret Wars. I'll bring the Infinity Gauntlet glove out and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get back into it.
Movie. I feel like this movie, with all the characters, all the universes, all the different plot points and everything, introducing Doctor Doom, I feel like it needs to be 3 hours long. I could deal with 4 hours long and an intermission in between. I would need an intermission, but
Yep. I mean, 3 hours long is great time. I mean, I agree. I want it to be 3 hours. I would sit in 4 hours if it is 4 hours. I will sit in there because this is introducing Doctor Doom, bringing back the multiverse and all this stuff, and setting up Secret Wars. And a 90-minute movie is not going to be able to set all that up at one time. So, uh, you know, given 3 hours is good. Like I said, I'll sit all day long, 4 hours of intermission, everything. Um, as long as the quality's right, as long as the movie's good, I will sit there and watch every single bit of it. I'm telling you that now.
we'll wait and see on that. But here's the kind of the crazy thing that a lot of people are replying online to, all of these reports, and I've noticed that some people are who weren't so sure about Marvel are now back on the Marvel train, which I think is an incredibly good thing. Some people say, I can't wait to be emotionally devastated by a man in a metal mask. Yep. If true, Marvel might finally be back to peak form. So
Yes.
this is somebody who obviously thinks, since I would probably say
Kayak told me hotel prices just
Oh, come
dropped. Now
on.
we can stop scrolling
Sorry,
for
y'all.
travel hacks.
Got the ads.
L'Oreal Paris Magic Root Cover Up. Nothing covers better and faster. The #1 root brand in the U.S.
Wait for this ad to stop and then I'll put it back on. Hate ads. Stupid. All right, y'all. Here we go. Back into it.
since the multiverse saga begun hasn't been peak. And yeah, in all honesty, yeah, it hasn't been peak. Yeah. And another one says Infinity War level and Multiverse Saga have been struggling. Marvel just course corrected in the biggest way possible. MCU is back. Russo's plus RDJ as Doom plus X-Men, Fantastic Four finally in the mix. If it truly matches Infinity War, December 18th could be the biggest movie event in years. Yes. 100% accurate. So I love seeing, we're not going to go through all of them obviously, but I do love seeing.
And like I said, everybody's saying, Marvel is dead. But to me, I mean, we got the Russos, we got RDJ as Doom. I mean, Russos can't go wrong. I mean, they did, like I said, one of my favorite MCU movies was Winter Soldier, and that one they did a damn good job on that one. And then then coming in with Infinity Wars, um, all that, one of my favorite movies. I can literally watch them all day long. That, I mean, Civil War, um, Winter Soldier, and both Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. I can watch those over and over and over and over. And you know, hopefully this comeback is real. It's you got a team of MVPs on this roster for this movie, and hopefully they can get us back to the final product that we've all been missing, Marvel. So that's all I'm ready to do. Get into
The fandom kind of come back because obviously Marvel did lose some fans, at least some hardcore fans kind of downgraded themselves to casual fans. So that's what I mean by Marvel lost some fans. And I'm sure some casual fans just haven't kept up. So that's happened, but now it seems like those people are coming back. And we haven't even really dove into the marketing. So something is supposed to happen at CinemaCon, whether that's a trailer or a clip. It needs to happen. It sounds like it is going to happen according to the Hollywood Reporter. We are getting something there officially, so can't wait to see that. Can't wait for it to release online. And I think once we get that first look at the true official teaser trailer, not the 4 teasers that we got before that the Russos call stories, but once we get that, I feel like that's when a lot of people are really going to say, okay, Marvel is back, which is like,
Yeah.
we've had this rhetoric going on for a long time. And yes, Marvel has had some lows since in Infinity War and Endgame. That's, you can't deny that, right? They had some lows during the Infinity Saga as well, but the lows weren't as low as some things that we have seen in the Multiverse Saga. But I do think Marvel has been headed in a great trajectory, which is what I want to talk about. Now, the fact that recently we've been hearing so much about Marvel Studios hiring the right people, and that's something I am saying. We've heard that Marvel Studios has hired certain people, and I think they are the right people. I think Marvel is going to continue to do this, which is going to set up the MCU just to be amazing. And like I've been stating, I actually think peak Marvel is coming in the future after Doomsday and Secret Wars. Don't get me wrong, Doomsday will be peak, and if they can go even bigger and better, Secret Wars will be peak. But then we start over and we dive into the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and the Avengers, all in the same universe, everyone in the same universe, and that can build to a completely bigger event, the AXE event.
Yeah, like you're gonna be able to have a lot more characters to introduce, and you're gonna see everybody being able to cross over with each other, like the comic book. So at first, the phase 1 and phase 2 and all that stuff, we didn't have a lot of that crossover. We just had the OG characters. Now you got all the X-Men. Now you got Fantastic Four. You got all the Avengers going to be in one big ass universe. Secret War. So much more story to tell. So much more intertwining to do. You're not going to have to just follow one storyline. Be able to intertwine a whole bunch of, like I said, they're gonna have the Midnight Suns and all that stuff, and they're gonna be dealing with the Dormammu and Fisto and all that stuff. So you're gonna have the dark side, and then you're gonna have the grounded level with Spider-Man, Punisher, Daredevil, and the Defenders and all that stuff. So you got a lot of stuff coming. That's all I can say.
Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, fighting Celestials, right? Doom should still be there. A lot is to come, and that's all good and fine. Right? It's amazing news, but it kind of means nothing if they hire the wrong people to be in charge of these projects. But luckily for us, we have heard officially and non-officially, Marvel's hiring the right people. They just hired some amazing people for the X-Men film. They've got a great director, and now they have some really great writers as well. People who
As long as they
love
can keep
the
these
actual
people,
material, who love the
keep
franchise,
these
which is what you
people.
need. Marvel really likes Destin Daniel Cretton, who has done an amazing job so far. He did an amazing job with Shang-Chi. Wonder Man was pretty great. Spider-Man Brand New Day, which he's also directing, seems to be pretty good. According to Tom Holland, that is his favorite Spider-Man movie so far, which is saying a lot after No Way Home, which is my favorite so far. And you just have people who actually care. The Russos included, because we've actually heard from many different insiders at this point in time that Marvel Studios is asking the Russo brothers to stay on board after Secret Wars to kind of oversee everything and make sure everything is good. So basically, I think he's pretty much going to ask them to be a part of Marvel Parliament. Obviously, they'll get paid to do so, but Marvel Parliament is basically in charge of making sure everything, the overall story of the MCU, is working really well. Clearly, they didn't do a spectacular job for the multiverse saga. There wasn't a ton of connectivity. There was some, right? We'll give them some credit, but there wasn't a ton. And I think there was just a spark missing since we started the multiverse saga. Some projects were amazing. In fact, literally today, before recording this video, I watched the end of Loki season 1 and the end of Loki season 2. I think what they originally planned was great with Kang, but then everything happened. They had to kind of scramble, and they came up with this new idea. And yeah, it was a little rocky along the way. But now, I actually think it's really great. They got the Russos back, Stephen McFeely. I think the script is going to be great. All of these, old cast members from the old X-Men, everything, everyone's back. Chris Evans is back. I think this is going to be fantastic. And according to these reports, Marvel thinks it's fantastic. The staff thinks it's fantastic. It's really great that they're doing these test screenings so far out, even before pre-reshoots as well. And it's a good thing that they can see it on screen before doing the reshoots, so they really know what they want to add and how it's going to look and how it's going to affect the movie. So I think overall, it's just great news. It's great news to hear it's going well. It's great news to hear that fans are coming back as well, and there's hope and faith again. I feel like the excitement is just going to obviously get more and more and more. But I think once the first trailer drops, a lot of people are really going to come back, which I'm really excited for because more people in the fandom loving it. That's just awesome. But go ahead and let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. And please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel videos. You can also find us on TikTok and Instagram. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
New Dunkin' Zero.
Hey, like I said, this is gonna be good. I'm all in. I'm ready. I mean, this is something the MCU needs. They need a win to come back from all the stuff that they've been doing and kind of hiccups that's been going on and stuff. But they need this win to come back, and it looks like Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. He's gonna deliver. He's gonna deliver, and they're gonna be coming back, and they'll be coming back strong. I think after Secret Wars, I think it's gonna be even stronger because they got a lot of stuff they can do. Like I said, a lot of different characters you're gonna be able to intertwine, and the Avengers movies and X-Men movies are gonna be bigger than what they were. And I like I said, I'm ready. All of this gonna be mixing like a big old pot of gumbo, just all of it mixing in and ready to go. And like I said, I'm all in. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the iconic scenes and stuff like that. They're gonna be taken from comic books and stuff like that. And that's all I can say. December, hurry up. I don't want it to hurry up too bad. Hurry up so we can see this movie. That's all I can say. Y'all make sure hit that like button if you're hyped and you ready for December 18th to come around. Hopefully they change that date and move it a week up or something. So hopefully, like I say, hit that like button, let your boy know. Comment also, let me know if y'all are hyped about the Avengers and ready to see it and everything. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. This is family around here. Everybody that subscribed to me, y'all family to me, everything. And I'll be keeping updates with the Marvel and stuff like that. And like I said, shout out to Cosmic Wonder for the info and everything. That's where I get a lot of my info from him from. And till next time, peace out. Check me on the next reaction.